Oh my god, you're BKN. Welcome to the BKN podcast, where anything goes, but nothing actually happens. We never discussed, we do names. Did we just say who we are?
I guess so.
I'm Kevin, if you don't know.
And I'm Nick.
And that's Ducky.
Ducky, in replace of B today.
In replace of B.
The DKN podcast.
Ducky. Good job, Ducky. He's going to be the new mascot. We're just going to put him on Facebook. So it's been like a week. It's been a week or 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. Okay.
Yeah, because this is the first time since before Christmas.
Right. So then how was your Christmas and New Year's and whatever?
My Christmas was pretty good. Had a lot of family over. Mm-hmm. New Year's was kind of boring this year just because we only had like family friend come over. It was kind of small.
My Christmas was pretty quiet, which was good. And then New Year's was incredibly loud, which is the exact opposite of what I like. Because I'm not a big fan of like going to parties and shit. That's not my cup of tea. So obviously I went to two. I went to two to visit two different like groups of friends. And the first group, they were completely hammered, but like whatever. And then the second one was hammered, but they get loud. So they were doing like awful karaoke.
Oh.
And whenever like certain like I think it was like certain like emo tracks popped on, like My Chemical Romance popped up, and like the whole room was just drunk and yelling. And I'm just like, it's like 3:30 a.m. Stop.
We were down here for about an hour jamming, me and my brothers.
They were that sounds cool. They were so drunk they actually couldn't figure out like how to get the TV to work. So like when they were like doing bad karaoke, and it was like 11:59. So everybody's like, "Oh fuck, the ball's gonna drop," and they just couldn't figure it out. So by the time they got the TV working, it was like it already fell, and then it was just like,
that sucks.
So I'm like, oh well.
See, now
You want to know why? You want to know why the ball fell so easy? Because Aguilar dropped it.
Oh well, yeah, duh. Our Verizon went out the night before.
Yeah.
And I told you about that, and they were originally not going to come until today.
Ooh.
But my mom called them, and they were like, "Yeah, no, you're like, we want you guys here tomorrow." And they came and fixed it in 30 minutes. Not even like it was. I think the battery outside the house blew.
So they had to replace the battery.
So they just replaced it, and everything was fine.
Sounds about right.
Yeah. Verizon.
Yeah. Did you get anything cool for Christmas as I look at the guitar?
Yeah, that.
Do you want to show the world that guitar?
Sure.
I'm going to make this awkward for you. Color commentary. Nick stretches awkwardly to pick up his brand new guitar. He comes back with the guitar, heading towards the microphone.
With the
he shoots.
Ravens, strap.
Touchdown.
Yep. So it is now the best guitar in the world.
Mm. Hopefully the guitar can throw. I do have to admit, for somebody who doesn't really play like metal guitars very much, that is a very comfortable neck.
It is a very comfortable neck.
Schecter does a good job with
their high end stuff.
Even like the guitar at the store, I like the $600-$700 one.
Yeah, that one sold.
Which one? The green one?
Yeah, the greener one.
It's funny because I look up pictures of that online, and I really, really like how it looks in the pictures. And the one in the store, I didn't like as much because different finishes.
Yeah.
But like, I could, if I end up wanting like a modern metal guitar, I would just probably get a Schecter. So that's like the main thing, I guess, for Christmas, right?
Yeah, that and the automaton things.
Oh, these things you mean?
Yeah.
You mean this?
Yep. Yeah, and actually, Rachel's present to me, which was the Devils jersey, got here today, but I have not received it yet.
Ooh.
So Rachel still has it. I don't know who. I think she got me a Palmieri jersey.
That'd be funny if it's like, oh, to save money, got you a Hall jersey.
I won't complain about it, but
it's like, hey Nick, I know you like the Devils, and I'm like waiting to get paychecks, so like I can't spend a lot of money. But I found a Kovalchuk jersey. Here you go. Probably just like immediately, just like get a match, and just like burn it. Which I don't blame you.
It's just in time for hockey too. I start on Saturday. Not that it's like a real hockey. It's just like floor hockey with some like friends. But
Is it like a friends thing or is it like a league?
it's like a league, but it's like the dads and like my brother and his friends play in our league now because we're all over 18.
Okay.
But it's pretty fun.
A league that would need a videographer?
Probably not. I think it'd be cool to have you do a video of it, but it's like it's in a gym.
Yeah.
And it's very small, so I don't want like your shit to get broken or whatever.
I can tell you a quick funny story. So like I filmed a football league up in like North Jersey, like one of the oranges, I think East Orange, and like Bloomfield, Hackensack. I don't know how well you know that area, but whatever. Anyway, I'm up north, and we found in East Orange, it's like the one part of East Orange where you won't die, because West Orange is nice, and East Orange is kind of not so nice. So it's like the one spot where it's okay. It was this crappy little park with no drain system. So it rained like 2 days previously, so some spots of the grass were like fucking like flooded, like muddy, and other parts were dry as dirt. So I put my tripod in the dry as dirt area, and guy kicked the ball, bounced off somebody. I was looking down here to reach for a water bottle, so like I'm going this way because it was like 98 degrees. I'm like standing in the sun, and me being a dipshit, I had like jeans on, so like I was fucking dying. So I'm reaching down to get a water bottle like this. I don't even see football comes my direction, slams into my camera lens. Not this one we're using now, like my mom's camera.
Yeah.
So just I hear a smack, and then the camera just goes into the dirt, and everybody just looks like.
Yikes!
Nothing happened. I just wiped off the glass.
Oh,
It was okay, but like that's funny. I'm only asking because I'm trying to be more active with videos. Basically.
I mean, my baseball league would probably do something like that.
Well, I may have to email. Who could I email?
If you go on their website, I think his email's on there.
Send me a link to the team league. I bring it up because I guess we'll talk about it. So I kind of made, and I hate the term resolution because it's dumb and nobody's going to actually do it. So it's a, excuse me. I'll wait.
Sorry. This is bad.
I'm going to zoom in on you just doing that. Okay. So it's a mission statement. I set up my goal, and I set up what also counts as failure. So like this is like relatively serious. My thing with like video production is I wait for like ES and Y to come with me with something, or like I wait for this thing to pop up. Like if Andre needs help with something, I come by. But it's like I need to not wait. I need to like make more stuff. So I like need to shoot more, edit more, use After Effects more. That's why I made the intro, which you guys will see, and I'm gonna try to make new ones. And I have like plans in place. So basically, my mission for this year, I have a couple. My number one mission is just to be much more active making stuff. And then either it could become... I don't know why I did that. Either it could, like, maybe that itself could become something, like... I'm not saying I'm trying to become rich, but, like... My goal is to make money doing something along these lines, whether it's, like, a podcast...
Yeah.
Radio, TV station, whatever.
That's basically like my thing with music. Like I just want to do something involving that, whether it's having a venue that I do sound at, playing in a band, blah, blah, blah.
So like this year, that's kind of my mission, is to like lay the pieces down. So like I could eventually maybe get a living doing something like this. So I want to be more active with like production. I would like to do more content using BKN. Kind of why I wanted to talk to Brandon about it, but instead we have Ducky.
Yeah.
So Ducky
will make Brandon's decisions.
So Ducky, are you ready to join in on this? Okay.
Wow.
Cool.
Yeah, because we can't press his button because then we get copyright. We get copyright infringement.
Isn't that lame, Ducky? Okay. Affleck. Affleck.
I'm gonna done this beforehand.
I'm gonna kill the battery. because I'm gonna.
I just put the batteries that were in the pink one in there.
That doesn't mean anything. I'm gonna kill the battery because I'm gonna play it all the time. I'm gonna do this like all the time. I'm gonna zoom in and have the camera shake on it when it's going like. Anyway,
Please.
So I do want to do more content using BKN. Like, I want to get a capture card. And I actually used to have a capture card. So, like, I have made YouTube videos in the past, like gaming videos. I have done a few, like, Twitch streams. Like, I've done it. But the capture card was old. I think I let a friend use it and never got it back and whatever.
That sucks.
It's an old one. I want to get a new one.
Yeah.
The quality. But, like, now the three of us, even Ducky, has NHL 20. And I figured that'd be hilarious if, like, we all play that. And that could be a thing. Or, like, I could do whatever videos I want to do. And, like, I just want to make BKN more than just a podcast. I think there's potential because all three of us are just fucking dumb enough that I think people would like us.
Yeah.
So that's kind of, like, what I want to do this year.
Yeah, I would like to do that, too, especially, like, with video games.
Yeah.
That'd be fun.
And also, it's an experiment for me because you met me at Guitar Center, which I guess we can talk about it if it's not obvious that at one point we all worked at Guitar Center. I mean, you do. Brandon does. Ducky is unemployed, that lazy bum. I actually resigned from Guitar Center, and now I'm a federal worker. I took the oath of like defending the Constitution. I'm actually like I'm actually like a federal employee.
That's cool.
So now I can make jokes. So now I'm working for the post office. And when I was sitting in the room for orientation, and I realized I'm stuck in like a big room with these old, like 45, 50-year-old people that don't have any skill. And I don't mean that in like a nasty way, but like you have a skill in audio production. I feel like I have a skill with like video production, maybe radio. Brandon has skill with playing music, and I'm graphic design. But some of those people there, like, I'm not saying they're dumb. They're not. But, like, they don't have...
They're boring.
Kinda. Yeah. Some of the people there are boring. And, like, they don't have a skill in, like, oh, I can play, like, guitar really well. I could do this. I can sing. You know, I review movies on YouTube, anything. It's just, what do? I used to work at the post office for 15 years. And then I resigned. And now I'm old and bitter. That voice, by the way, I'm basically I'm making fun of somebody who was like in the room I was with. No name shall be named because I don't actually. It's going
to be a drop then.
I don't actually know who it was, so I can't even say the name. What specifically is the drop? You mean going like I'm old and bitter. I'm old and bitter. It kind of sounds like what's the guy from The Office? Was that Stan?
I don't know. I didn't watch The Office.
You are swine, and you must change that. But like, so I realized when I'm just stuck in the room, and like, I kind of view the post office as like, you know what? It's a nice step up to make money because I'm gonna be making substantially more, and anytime I work above 40 hours, it's like overtime. Overtime is pay and a half. So roughly calculating, my overtime pay would be like $26 roughly an hour. So, like, I'm actually going to make, like, money.
Yeah.
But I don't want it to be a career thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So, like, I'm kind of hoping to work on my production and do stuff like this while... Are you shutting off the Kemper?
Yeah, because I can hear a slight buzz in my headphones.
I heard a little click.
Yeah, that means it's off.
Is that click going to go through all this?
I don't think, no, because it's not
recording. Oh, that's right. It's just going through the monitors, whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter anyway. But, like, so, like, on one hand, it's like a catch-22 because, like, the position I'm going to be in, I'm, like, an assistant. So, like, I'm going to work a lot probably, and I'll make money. But I'm not a regular mail carrier. Once you become a regular carrier, then, like, your benefits are, like, way better and cheaper. You get to pick the route you want to do, and it's yours. And nobody can change it.
Mm-hmm.
You can elect to do or not do like overtime. Like it's like,
yeah.
If I
have more control.
If I like stick it out and become like a regular, that's like pretty legit, and I'd consider doing that possibly. But like, I would like to do something like this. So like I was writing down like list of goals when I was in the room, because not only were the people just like not interesting, they weren't listening. So like the instructor would be talking about something, and then this one guy would raise his hand every other word and be like, "What? Like, what? Huh?" And like we'd have to explain everything like 6 times, and it just got really frustrating.
That's very familiar.
This water is not gonna last. I may have to get like a little water intermission in like 30, 40 minutes.
Yeah, like we'll have a screen.
just get like a blanket towards the camera. Just fucking falls over. Which part of me is a little paranoid. This is the first time I'm using that new tripod head, and part of me is like, what if I didn't hook it up correctly? But it would have fell by now.
Yeah, probably would have.
That thing is like a godsend, man.
Yeah.
I can't wait to actually use that for like an actual like video where it's not sitting at a desk. But anyway, so yeah, I'd want to do more video content. Maybe I don't know. Me and Katie want to do a podcast. I want to be more active with stuff like that.
I would like to have a presence like that. Whether I said I would like to release my own music.
Yeah, I do wanna. That's like my main goal. Secondary goal is kind of going to be like getting a little better at guitar, I guess. Like actually trying to like actually.
Yeah,
learn.
I would say that too. I would like to be better.
Yeah,
like,
but you're
music.
You're kind of ahead of me there though, so you're doing okay so far, I'd say. But like that, and I am considering like I don't know if you know the website. It's called Khan Academy, like KHAN Academy. So it's like a free to use website. And they have like free educational videos and things on like everything, like math, English, history. And they have math like first grade all the way to like calculus 3 crazy stuff. And like I've considered going back to like school, trying to get like a degree in like communications, kind of like Joe.
Education.
And I don't know why I did the Italian A thing, but I did. Dan, in case you're listening, hey, Copernicus. Hey. Copernicus. So, like, part of me's considering, secondary goal, trying to get better at math, possibly going to, like, Middlesex County for, like, a associate's degree. But I would possibly need to get a different job because I feel like if I do the post office, I don't know if I'd have time to do both.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd have to pick and choose, but the main goal is content, and then other stuff is secondary. So I guess that's basically it for like New Year's and my mission statement. And then we could talk about fun stuff like Sportsball.
Sports.
Well done. You're getting better at that. You're getting better.
I had to think about it. I was like, is this the right one? And yeah, it is.
How do we start though with the Sportsball? Do you want to start or do I start?
You can start because you have more to talk about. Mine is just like
the kingdom. The kingdom is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
For now.
So the Eagles had their 4-game winning streak, which I guess I'm happy with, but like they just played the NFC East. So like on one hand, it's like cool, you beat the Redskins,
the Giants,
and the Giants. Cool. I am surprised how well they handled Dallas though.
Like they did pretty well.
The defense actually looked pretty good. I actually went to the last Week 17 game. It felt like an Eagles home game. It was like nuts.
Yeah.
Like my dad gets season tickets for the Giants. He's gotten them for as long as I can remember. And yeah, he always says like whenever it's an Eagles game, there's a lot of Eagle fans. And when the Giants are bad, Philly just comes out like in waves.
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be like that dramatic. It
was a clinching game.
It was. So like for the Giants, it was basically just, well, we can spoil it for them. But for Philly, it was like we're in if we win it. So there's actual meaning. Like the game was fun. I was concerned about them winning because I was like, Jones can throw and Saquon's getting better. And I don't trust the Eagles' defense to necessarily stop Jones and I guess Saquon. And I don't trust their like practice squad guys who've been playing pretty damn good. But like there were a couple plays in that game where you could tell, like, Wentz is leading the guy and throws the ball this way, and then the practice squad guy who's only played, like, 2 weeks is over here, and he's like, oh, shit. Because, like, he didn't know the play.
I think with Wentz, it's pretty impressive that he was 4,000-yard passer.
I'm going to get to that.
Yeah.
But, like, for the first, like, half, my concerns were kind of happening. Like, the offense was slow. Both offenses were slow, but the Eagles did get a touchdown. But then the defense kind of choked. The Giants came back, got a touchdown. Eagles then got a touchdown. And then the very next play, so Eagles kicked it to the Giants. They got the ball, handed it to Saquon. He ran through them like a hot knife going through butter, and like 60-something yards ran in, tied at 17-17. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm nervous about.
Yeah.
And then it was all Philly after that. Like, Wentz was incredible. Like, all like the great, like Greg Ward and Dallas Goedert, they were all great. Wentz made crazy good plays. He scrambled. Boston Scott had like 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, I picked up Goddard for my
Good.
setting.
Good call. Was that a good call?
Yeah, it was a good call, minus the fact that we were playing on week 17, so I didn't have Lamar or Mark Andrews.
If it
yeah.
if it was like week 16 or like a couple weeks ago, that would have been great for you.
Yeah, that would have been. It would have been good because I would have won like easily, and I should have won. I lost to somebody who was 7-6 in our league. So, the reason it was week 17, Michael Thomas got sat.
Yeah.
So he only finished with 7 fantasy points. I lost by like 12 or 15.
Although
like that.
you lost for good reason because your team is good and is trying to keep everybody well oiled.
Oh yeah. I'm looking at it like that way, so
Yeah.
I'm not hurt as much. But like it was my first fantasy year, and I had it in the bag, but because the settings were not changed.
Well, it's okay.
It's
At least your Ravens are like the best team in the league.
Yeah, but like, I think we should do playoff predictions. Like what's going to happen.
We totally can. I'll just finish what I'm talking about, and then we can hop into
we can do
that. 'Cause that'll actually be a good segue.
Andre just texted me.
What do you say?
He said he looked at my Instagram post about podcasts, and he's like, "Are we live?" I was like, "No, not right now. Hopefully."
Which I actually do want to talk to you about that. How is your internet? You said you have Fios?
Yeah, we have Fios, and I have Google Wi-Fi.
Okay, so if you have Fios, then we're good. I actually do want to look into finding a way how to like do this live.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
I
don't know how many people would actually watch it live, but
why not?
yeah.
Let's do it anyway. Because, like, I could bring my laptop, and instead of just having my camera hooked up where it is now aimed at us, I could plug it into my laptop. Maybe hook a laptop to your Wi-Fi. We have, like, a Ethernet cable, something to plug in, and then do it through, like, Twitch or something. So we can figure that out later.
Yeah.
So Andre, at one point, will be live.
Yeah.
But, like, all of a sudden then, Eagles just, like, remembered, oh, yeah, this is how we play football. And then they just started running up the score, which is great. That was cool.
The only thing that would have made it better is if Dallas lost anyway. That would have been funny.
It was hysterical once the Eagles started running up the score. All the Eagle fans just started chanting, Dallas sucks. Just the whole stadium was just screaming, Dallas sucks. Even though they were beating Washington like 43 to something. But, like, that was kind of funny. So, like, they played 2 mediocre teams. They played the Giants twice. So, like, those wins, they looked good. They looked pretty good against the Giants, so cool. But, like, the Dallas game I was actually happy with. The thing that's impressing me, what you were talking about, how Wentz has the most yards thrown out of any Eagles quarterback ever, even more than McNabb. And not a single wide receiver has 500 like catching yards. That's not including Ertz. I think Ertz had like 800 something.
I don't know, but it was
because that's Wentz's favorite target. So it's like it's Ertz. It's like he had a lot, but like Alshon Jeffrey had like 470. Aguilar definitely didn't have 500. Jackson definitely didn't have it. So like they looking back at it. Also, I think he's the first Eagles quarterback, I think, to have a touchdown. Like he threw a touchdown every single game.
Yeah, I think I read something about
so like
that.
when you read a couple of these things, like he actually had like one of the best quarterback years of anybody in Eagles history. So like on paper, the season goes the way I think it's going to. I can at least be confident knowing that, okay, Wentz is going to be fine. He got through this year, seems like with no injury. He's shown me that like he can play. He can play really good, and when the pressure is dialed up, like against Dallas, the Giants and everything, he didn't choke. So that makes me feel good. And he's able to do some of these things with like third squad guys and like practice squad people.
And maybe he can knock off
Seattle. So Seattle's banged up. I wouldn't be totally surprised if they beat Seattle, but I'm not banking on it.
Mm-hmm.
If they do beat Seattle, they're probably going to go against like who? Like San Francisco?
If
the
they,
Vikings?
Here, I'll get the
interesting thing is if the Eagles get past Seattle and they get to the division, there's a possibility that Deshaun Jackson may be back for the divisional round.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. Which would be like if there's a time you want Jackson back, I guess it would be for the divisional round. I still don't expect them to. I'm not 100% sure they're going to beat Seattle. I'm banking on they're not. But like, I feel good that they've been able to do what they've been able to do. So like, I'll take it. So you got the
I have it up. So do you want to go through each one?
Yeah, let's
go
do.
All right, so Tennessee versus New England. I think that is a hard game to say because I think from what I've heard, Tennessee is like the perfect like a bad matchup for the Patriots because like they have a decent offense apparently.
They do.
So I don't know who.
I don't want to count out the Patriots just yet, but I don't also want to say, oh, it's Tennessee because
I would pick the Patriots because I don't think they're gonna lose the first game.
They have too much experience, I think, to lose, unless the matchup is going to be just that like one-sided. And this Tennessee just physically outdoes them, which is possible because Miami have played.
Yeah, I mean,
Miami found a way, and so like I wouldn't put it past them. I do think New England's going to win, but I don't think it's going to be a cakewalk.
Yeah, I would say New England wins that one, very
close.
Yeah, and then the next game is Buffalo versus Houston, which I would go with Houston just because I don't think Buffalo can score enough.
Yeah, my gut is Buffalo is a good team that's been able to benefit from like a somewhat easy schedule.
Yeah, because they play the Dolphins twice.
The Jets.
So that's 4 games right there.
And when they played the Patriots both times, I think they lost.
Yeah.
They got kind of close one of the times, but like...
Yeah, the first one was close. I don't think the one a couple weeks ago was close.
So, like... but the thing is, though, like, the Bills, their time will be soon when they're going to be, like, really good. I don't think it's this year.
They could be really good next year. They could. I think they need to score more.
Yeah, they need a little bit... Who's Josh Allen, right?
Yeah.
They need a little bit more development. He's doing good, though. This was second season?
Yeah.
It's a heck of improvement from season 1 to 2.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole team.
Do we go to NFC now, or do you want to finish the AFC?
Let's finish the AFC.
Okay. So, with that seeding, it would go...
It would be Vikings and Saints?
Well, wait, I thought we were finishing AFC.
You're right, we are.
So, Patriots are the 3 seed. Houston is the 4?
I think 4.
Yeah.
I think so.
So, Houston would play Baltimore. New England would play Kansas City.
So what do you think? Baltimore and Houston.
Baltimore destroyed Houston.
Yeah.
I think they'll do it again.
I'd go with Ravens on that. And then what would the other one be? It would be.
Kansas City, New England. That's where I think Kansas City beats them.
I think Kansas City would because their defense, from what I've been able to, a little bit have been able to watch, their defense is like really good.
It would be in Kansas City too.
It would be in Kansas City. Their defense. Am I right that their defense this year has been pretty damn good for the most part?
I don't know how it's been. I thought it was pretty bad in the beginning. I think they might have gotten better.
Because I think I recall just generally seeing stats and people saying that their defense is better now than it was like last season.
Yeah.
Which let's just say their defense is better, like right now when it matters. They can probably handle the Patriots no problem now because their offense is just not what it was. I think Brady's really missing Gronk.
Yeah.
And maybe a couple other people. So like their offense just is not what it was a couple years ago even. Heck, even just like 2 seasons ago. So if it gets to that point, I expect Kansas City would beat them.
Yeah.
But it's an Andy Reid team, so they're going to choke somewhere else, like maybe against the Ravens.
Well, that's where it would come to, Baltimore versus Kansas City in the AFC Championship in Baltimore.
Baltimore.
See, I'm going to pick Baltimore, and I'm already going to tell you I'm going to pick them to win the Super Bowl. I don't know if it's going to happen. I'm not going to be like totally upset if it doesn't happen.
You have every reason to think that, though, because they are like legitimately the best team.
They are the most well-rounded team.
They're very dynamic. Anybody who says they're not like the most dynamic, or like well-rounded team or whatever, they're full of it. Like it's not even close. Like I forgot what it was. I think it was like an ESPN video, like Stephen A. Smith after the Eagles game. He was like, "When's this gonna be the leader of this team when he can lead to the Super Bowl?" And I'm like, Steven, shut the fuck up. They're not gonna do that.
Now the NFC is a little harder.
Yeah.
Because they're all good in their own way. But each team has like a flaw except for the one that I already know that I'm going to put in the Super Bowl.
Saints.
Yeah.
So you basically have the same idea what's going to be Saints Ravens?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's basic.
I think a lot of people are saying that.
Yeah.
That would be a really good one because I think those are two of the most well-rounded teams.
Yeah.
The Saints, they worry me, but there's a couple teams that worry me in the NFC. Mainly Saints, Green Bay, and 49ers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, I guess I'm looking at your picture. We'll start at the bottom where it's like Philly, Seattle. We're kind of talking about it already. I wouldn't be surprised if Philly pulls it off, but I'm good. My gut tells me Seattle.
I'm gonna pick Philly because they're at home,
which is it's so funny that like Seattle. I mean, it makes sense on paper. I get it, but you just think about like the quality teams, and it's a Philly home game. You're like, wow.
I mean, I know Seattle's good, but
they're banged up.
If there was gonna be an upset on there,
that's why I'm saying I wouldn't be surprised if Philly does pull it off. My gut still tells me it's going to be Seattle, but it really depends, I guess, on the injuries and how banged up they are. I mean, the two teams were pretty competitive earlier in the year when they played, and it seems like Philly's playing better right now, so it's possible.
And then, obviously, Saints beat Minnesota,
mm-hmm.
So that would mean, if we went with Seattle and the Saints moving on, that would mean Green Bay would play the Saints and 49ers would play the Seahawks. That makes sense?
I think so, yeah. I feel like the Niners would beat the Seahawks or Philly.
Yeah.
They would beat either team.
Yeah.
And then it would be what? The Saints?
Green Bay versus the Saints.
I feel like that would be Saints.
I would say Saints too.
I mean, obviously Green Bay is,
but it will be in Green Bay.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like my gut would. It's interesting because when I was listening to the radio, it was a debate like who's better, Breeze or like Rodgers, and like, I think on paper, when they were both playing home, I think Rodgers was technically a little better.
Yeah.
When it was away, I think Rodgers was a decent bit better than Breeze.
Well, Breeze plays in a dome.
I know. I mean, he can clearly play outside of a dome, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only thing. It's going to be damn cold.
It's hard, but
He can do it. That's why he gets paid the big bucks. The big bucks.
I would say the Saints beat them.
That was the most pathetic make it rain that ever
I think
happened.
it would be like a 23-21.
Yeah, it would be a tight one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like come down to a field goal. And
Don't you
then
love
that
it
would-
when like offensive juggernauts with like amazing quarterbacks and it boils down to field goals?
Yeah.
Like that's always great.
And then that would bring it to 49ers versus Saints.
Like I want to say the same.
I just think the Saints are just like they're the closest to the Ravens without being biased that are well-rounded because they have a good defense and they have a strong offense. And
Yep.
then it would come down to the Super Bowl between the Ravens and the Saints.
And my gut would say the Ravens, but it would be a tough game.
Yeah. Like if they make it to the Super Bowl, I don't care.
Yeah.
Like they're there. They're there. It's Lamar's second season.
Mm.
And yeah. And then
The future is bright.
yeah, and then that doesn't even talk about like free agents.
Mm-hmm.
That they're gonna want to play with Lamar.
Oh yeah. I forgot what game it was. It was like a game like a week or two ago. And the visiting team was like lining up to talk to
Yeah, it
Lamar.
was the Jets.
Jet-
Jets versus Ravens. Yeah, they were like
Guys
he had like
in-
6 jerseys. for
Guys
each
in
guy.
the league are like lining
Yeah.
up to talk to him. I was like, he's gonna be. If people don't believe it now, if people don't believe he's something special now, like he's special. The people in the league can see it. So if any like analyst or anyone goes, he's overrated, you're full of shit. Full of shit. I don't know why I do that. I'm weird.
But
Football, sports ball.
he's the MVP. It's like I think this is like the most obvious one in a long time.
Yeah,
Probably since like Cam Newton.
probably.
I don't remember who was last year's MVP.
That's actually a good question. I also don't remember. My brain's mashed potatoes right now. I can't think.
But yeah.
Do I have a message?
If anything, like even if they lose in the first round to the Texans, or Bills, which I don't think will happen. I think we'll make it to the championship. It's just whether or not we win after that. I would have liked to had a loss at some point in the season because we're on a 12-game winning streak. And yeah.
Yeah, well.
It has to be like a 15-game winning streak to finish.
I'm going to throw this out there now. If the Ravens do make it to the Super Bowl, I'm bringing my camera. We're going to watch it, whether it's here, my house, wherever. And I'm going to just film you two. I'm going to film. If Ducky wants to be there too,
Yeah.
I'll film you three. And
I would like to have you guys over for the Super Bowl.
I'm just going to, every time anything happens, I'm just going to like be in your face. Just with imagine this is a camera. I'm just going to be like in your face like.
That would be like. That's why I hate watching
And then
my team in the.
they get a touchdown
important.
and you're like.
That's why I hate watching my team in like stressful games because I get like no more nails. I'm sitting there like just butterflies in my stomach the whole time. Like,
Do you know how fucking stressed I was when it was Super Bowl 52?
I can only imagine. It was like the 2014 World Series for me.
Knowing that both defenses sucked that game, and the only way Philly was going to beat New England was to fucking outgun Tom Brady. And that's why I'm like, oh no.
Well, I mean, with
no.
the 2014 World Series,
No.
you have Baumgartner in there. We're up 3-2. You get 2 outs, but then what's his name? Alex Gordon, I think. Hits a fucking ball and it goes past Gregor Blanco, I think.
That's the soundtrack of the ball going.
Yeah. And he gets to third base when he could have scored. Like, they should have sent him, but, like, World Series don't risk it.
Yeah.
Salvador Perez comes up, home run hitter. Like, that's the genius of Bumgarner, because he knew he was going to try to hit home runs.
The genius.
And Posey. So throw him high fastballs he's going to chase. And he ends up popping it up in foul ground. But that at bat, I was like, if he would have hit a home run there, I probably would have had a heart attack. Like, I don't think I would be here today. That was the most nerve-wracking thing I've ever watched.
And I will tell you, so have you ever been to like an NFL game live?
No.
It's a totally different thing in person.
I wish I went to the Jets one.
I'll tell you, being at the game I was just at over the weekend, that was intense. Like, I was like, my dad was on my left side, and he's really calm and whatever. And his friend was to the right of me, and he's like a diehard Giants fan. And they're all like, oh yeah, we're going to lose to Philly today. But like every time the Giants did something, he like stood up and got really loud.
Yeah.
And like in front of us were Eagle fans, behind me were Giant fans. And it was just like a ball of chaos. And it was great though. We were pissing off everybody in the stadium. It was great. I loved every second of it because we were being annoying.
This game is still scoreless.
Was it Islanders Devils? Have you been paying attention to the hockey season? Really?
Only with the Devils, because they're 2-game winning streak.
Oh, shit. It's interesting because in the East, Boston's catching up to the Capitals to run.
Just beat them.
Yeah. It's like they're catching up. And then the Flyers kind of fell down a little bit. They only have 49 points, but like all it's going to take is 1 or 2 wins, and they're back up there. So, like, they're doing okay. The Rangers are 19 and 16. The Devils are 14 and 19. The Avalanche are still doing good, though. So, hey, I still have the Avalanche to root for. Basically, I just don't want Boston to win.
Yeah.
I don't want Boston. I don't want Washington. Who else do I hate? I hate a couple teams, but like most of the teams I hate are irrelevant. Like the Red Wings, they suck, and that makes me so happy. I don't really hate Columbus. They're whatever, I guess. I used to not like them. Ooh, yeah, Pittsburgh. And I don't like Nashville. I don't know why. They've done nothing to me personally, but for whatever reason, I don't like the Predators. And they're not doing great, so that makes me happy. And San Jose, San Jose's doing bad. That's cool. I used to not like
their colors, though.
What's that?
I like San Jose's like colors and jerseys and stuff.
Yeah.
How's Vegas doing?
Vegas is actually doing really good. They got 50 points. They're 22 and 15. Oh, you know what? I'll tell you, long shot, but who I would like, they're doing good, and I'd like to see it. Arizona is finally doing good. They're 22, 16. They got 48 points. So they're like, for the first time in forever, Arizona's actually like relevant.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, that's good on them.
Yeah.
They get 1 clap. That was 2. Fine, they get 2 claps.
4.
6, 8. I can only count to 8. What are you watching?
I have the Devils on.
Devils.
Yeah. So we can do live updates.
Live.
Was that Mark Ingram? No, that wasn't.
Was it? Huh.
No.
Oh, yeah, I forgot. The Olympics are going to be in Tokyo. Ooh, soccer. This is like actual big boy soccer, isn't it?
Are we allowed to say the Olympics?
Is there a reason why?
There was like, wasn't there like a thing going on where like they were copywriting videos because like somebody brought it up?
The Olympics in Tokyo.
We'll see what happens.
The Olympics in Tokyo. I hear what's.
Probably somebody just got home.
I just yelled at them to be quiet. Like, hey. You should not have shown me this thing. I said I was done like 20 minutes
I got to
ago.
bring it to work.
Okay, I'll save the battery.
when Faith and Danny are in, because they're the only ones who know I have it.
Which reminds me, I think one of the things I purchased is coming into the store on the 7th. So I'm going to be in on the 7th to pick up some of my stuff.
Ooh. What day is that?
That is Tuesday next week.
I think I'll be there.
Then you'll see me. I'm getting for my Les Paul GraphTech ratio tuners. Like, you know the double cut special Les Paul with the P90, the used one we had? Those tuners, I actually wanted those tuners years ago. But I never had a chance to try them out and like actually play them, and then we bought in that used guitar that had it. So I'm getting those tuners, a Tone Pro or Pro Tone, I think it's Tone Pro. It's a replacement bridge and like tailpiece and tune-matic bridge for the Les Paul, but the tailpiece locks with a little Allen key, so like it's not gonna fall when you take out the strings, and it should be made of like a better material for like more tone and sustain. And again, pickups for my Strat. Fat 50 pickups, more vintagey.
I'm thinking of getting
and then
that drum set,
and that bass is coming in.
Oh,
there's the goal.
Yep, there it is.
It's just for the other team.
Yep, the Islanders.
I mean, to be fair, I'm not even trying to pick on the Devils, but like I expect this.
Yeah.
And what period is it in?
It's
second?
12 minutes left in the second.
They're playing pretty good to hold the Islanders for that long.
Yeah,
especially in New York.
They've been playing pretty well the past like couple of games.
Do you think them firing what's his name made a difference?
I think so.
I haven't really watched them, so. But yeah, I'm gonna have a lot of downtime this month, so I'll be able to watch a lot of hockey, I guess. And then once things get going, I probably won't have any free time. We'll see. You said drum set. What kind of drum set do you want to get?
That Mapex one that we had.
Was that like the bright blue one?
No. The all black one.
Oh, okay.
From like last week. It's like $5.99.
Oh yeah.
Looks cool.
Yeah, I gave up on getting the electric drum set. I'm sure if I haven't been terminated yet and I log into my email, maybe Roland got back to me. But like
maybe.
I thought about it, and it's like, as cool as electric drum sets are and like they're great, it's just like it's so goddamn expensive.
Yeah.
And I still have a problem with space, even though it's smaller, like it's where to put it in my house. Because you haven't been over my house, right? So you haven't seen the problems I have to work with. So it's like, I just don't have space. And it's like, if me and Katie are going to move out eventually, and with the money I make from the post office, like I said, when I'm making overtime, I'll be making like $26 an hour, roughly. I'll actually be able to maybe afford to like be able to move. If I get like a roommate that could pull it off. And I'm like, once I eventually move out, I'll get an actual drum set.
Yeah, I just want one that's better than this one.
That's not a sound check from Pearl.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure it's okay for what it is.
Yeah.
I'll play it and I'll be the judge of that. Sucks.
Yeah, the cymbals are pretty old and beat up.
I mean, to be fair, though, when it comes to like cheap cymbals, ZBTs are not that bad. Mike Mangini of Dream Theater has ZBT hi-hats. He uses them only when they're closed. So when he wants to play really, really quick,
he has another one.
Like he has like 3 hi-hats because he's Mike Mangini. Yeah. He has like 6 versions of like a splash cymbal. He'll be like, he has like a little like fucking tom he'll use for like one note in one song, and he's like, but I need it. Be like, boop. If it's good enough for Mike Mangini, it's good enough for anybody else.
Yeah,
that's the way I view it. But I guess we could talk about music now for a little bit since we transitioned to gear. So I bought that Head Rush.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's so good. Anybody who says that Head Rush doesn't sound good and like the Helix is definitively better sounding, you're on crack.
There was a local band that I saw. He was using the smaller one. Sounded really good.
The gig board, right?
Yeah.
A customer brought in a gig board, and like I bought it in, and I plugged it into an AC30 just to test it, and that thing sounded incredible through an AC through an actual amp. But yeah, I'm using the Head Rush with the Head Rush speaker and it sounds really good. Like, I have my ambient post-rock hipster bullshit, and then I have, like, a power metal one, and it's just, like, it's so good. And I was playing with my Strat, and today I used the Les Paul, and it was just, like, like, it was really nice. And I'm getting that bass.
Mm-hmm.
Let me show
I need to get a bass.
What's that?
I need to get a bass.
Let me show you the one I'm getting. The second you see the picture, you'll be like, oh, shit, that one. But, like, I'm getting it for, like, a lot cheaper. Like, I'm saving. It's like, I know I could have got that one that was clearance, but, like, it's that one.
Oh, yeah. I remember now.
But, like, I'm getting it for, like, $150, roughly less. So, like, why not?
Yeah.
Is this one still at the store?
I don't think so.
Did somebody buy it or something?
There's a lot of holes in the bass wall.
Well, you know, part of the reason I think for that is bass players come in wanting, like, you know, stuff that's not Squires and cheap Ibanez basses, and that's, like, all we get. Or it's, like, Music Man that are, like, $2,000, and there's, like, very little in between. So I think whenever we get something cool, it's like, oh, shit, this is cool. And then people buy it. Is that going to be a drop? Is me going, oh, shit. Shit. That's Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. Do it. That was really bad. Do it. That was better. I just got an email. You know how I did that job fair, Madison Square Garden, like a month or two ago? They figured I'd be interested in going to a job fair in Dallas, Texas for a Dallas Stars game.
Yep. Let me just, like, go to Dallas.
You know what? That would be pretty fucking dedicated.
Yeah.
If, like, I fly all the way to Dallas to talk to, like, the NV Gaming esports team. And, like, I'm like, yeah, I flew here from Woodbridge, New Jersey. That proves my dedication. I think so.
Hire me.
Why should we hire you? I fucking flew here from New Jersey. God damn it, you bastards. And I have to say it angry like that.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do video for the Cowboys. How mad would they be if I show up in, like, Eagles stuff? They're like, I can totally film video for you guys.
Jerry Jones would fire you before you were even hired.
He would hire me just to fire me. Because he's Jerry Jones. But, I mean, to be fair, I guess I deserve it if I were to do that. Jesus Christ. I know I had, like, a list of topics to talk about before we started.
Nothing really happened.
It's funny because it's been 2 weeks, but yeah, it's been a lot of personal things for me, and it's like stuff like there's not much to talk about.
Yeah.
I switched jobs, and it's like I'm waiting for the job to actually start. So basically what's happening is today I had my defensive driving class, how to basically not die while driving the post office car. And then I'm not doing anything now till January 7th.
Yeah.
Which is ironically when the stuff comes into Guitar Center. So that is going to be known as my shadow day. So basically I'm following one of the workers at my local branch, the local, like, post office. And I'm actually not doing any work. I'm just literally following them to see, like, how they do it. And then I don't do anything again till, like, the 16th, which is the actual, like, driving test. And then I don't do anything after that till the 22nd.
A lot of downtime.
Turns out, surprise, government of group and stuff, though backed up. A lot of things backed up. There's this thing called the academy, where it's basically, you know, training you to do the job. And they didn't explain why, but the academy thing was backed up, like 100 people. So it's like there's like 100. There's people from, like, early December waiting to do their, like, 4-day training session thing. So it's like they have to go. Then these people have to go. Then they have to go. Then we go. So I just have a lot of downtime. I actually contemplated. I guess there's no. I was gonna mention maybe cut this out, but I don't really think it matters because it's not nothing, like, bad about it. Do you know? Am I still technically an active employee at the store?
I mean, I don't know.
I mean, I don't expect you to know. I just figured I would ask anyway.
I'm not
that would be a
sure.
question for Brandon, but Ducky is here instead.
Yeah.
What? I'm sorry, Ducky. I didn't mean it. There you go. Wait, do it again. Okay. Because part of me actually considered maybe working just like a few days while I'm waiting, so I'm like making money.
Yeah.
But I don't know because I'm still. Isn't Guitar Center check supposed to be like this coming like tomorrow?
I don't think so.
No, it's not.
Oh wait,
I think it is.
maybe it is.
Because I should be getting at least one regular paycheck, and then I think I might be getting a small. I gotta reset my ADP password. I gotta reset my password for the employer. I no longer.
What the fuck? No, I have to do it too.
I used to work for ADP, so I'll say this because who cares? Fuck you, ADP. You made. I'm not even mad about this. It's my fault for not changing the password. I didn't change the password because I knew I was going to be leaving, so I'm like, who cares about the password? But ironically, now I gotta log back in.
I don't know what my password is. It does this every time I have to log in. We'll probably cut this part out, but I have to do this every time.
Yo, can I just say one of my favorite things about using the like iPhone is
when it sends you the message, you can
yes.
Yeah. For the security code.
Yeah, I love that. Okay. Yeah, so I guess we'll cut this out now since we're just logging into this, but
is there anything else?
I don't actually know. Other
the
than
Jonas Brothers performed on New Year's Eve. That was, or technically New Year's Day.
Nice.
Oh yeah. We do get paid.
Cause okay, I guess we can come back into it now. Let me. Yeah, sure. Okay, we'll do. Yeah, we're still gonna cut this out. Okay, cause like I should be so I'm gonna get this paycheck. I may be getting another smaller paycheck. I'll take it. I should be getting maybe like another smaller paycheck, possibly. After this, if my math is correct, it'd be small. And I actually am getting paid a post office check, I think, next week or something. I have the day written down. Basically, here's what's interesting, though, right? So the post office is like, okay, so I get paid bi-weekly, so every other week I get paid. And we started our orientation in the second week of the pay period. So, usually then you have to wait, like, a whole next paycheck. So, like, if you get a new job and you have to wait, like, 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks to get paid, we're going to be getting a paycheck for this 1 week when everybody else does. It's like, it's not the full paycheck, but, like, we're at least getting something. And, like, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, part of me is kind of like, maybe I could work a few days at the store if I'm not, like, officially terminated yet. But, like, does this paycheck, I may be getting another one, I'm getting a post office thing, I'll probably be fine.
Yeah.
And I could just take the time just to work on stuff. Maybe get into yoga and enter a Zen like meditation state. And then my cat makes a noise and I scream at the top of my lungs. Just like, shut up!
Wrong button.
If that's what I feel like after meditating, then clearly I am not thinking of the right thing. That's third time's the charm. No, seriously though, like if I'm like practicing mindfulness and meditating and the sad piano music comes out of my like that's what I'm thinking. Like that's foreshadowing. That's just like after like nice meditation. How do you feel? It's like I feel like dying. It's
whenever,
like, oh, good.
Whenever
lovely.
Is it possible whenever this song plays, that the screen goes gray, like a sad mood?
I could do that.
Just like
I could add like little clouds and rain, so it's just like raining on us. I could totally do that.
Every time.
I just need to remember that. That could be done.
Tell me how I feel, El Freaky.
It's all right. It's all right, Yeah, I can't.
Freaky L, a.k.a. Action Jackson.
A.k.a.
What are they getting?
everything out of me. They gonna get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that.
Snap. I can't actually think of anything else.
Yes. I mean,
Ooh.
we've probably been going for like an hour, so.
Can I just say another interesting stat for Carson Wentz I just found out?
Sure.
Apparently this year in the red zone, 19 touchdown passes, no interceptions. Low key, it doesn't help because he's on a team where like everybody's injured.
Yeah.
He's having one of the best all-time
Yeah.
years, fucking Eagle ever. So this is the January 2nd injury report. Maybe I'll throw this on the screen.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Now, granted, Sidney Jones, Avonte Maddox, and Jalen Mills. Yay, Jalen Mills. Whoop-de-fucking-do. He's back, it looks like. The people I care about, like Barnett, Cox, Ertz, and Johnson, they're limited. We thought Ertz may have had a ruptured spleen, which is, that's like a big, oh, no. But apparently it's not. It's just like a rib and I guess a back thing. So he might play. Sanders is out, which on one hand, I obviously don't want Sanders out, but Boston Scott and Greg Ward have kind of kind of low key showed that hey, we don't need Nelson Aguilar, we can just have Greg Ward instead, because he can catch.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's another thing with the Ravens. They didn't really. They suffered with injuries, but they overcame them. Like Jimmy Smith came back at week 9 or whatever.
Good teams will find a way to not completely derail.
But it's hard when your second person in line gets hurt too, like the Eagles.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's why I'm giving them credit. That's
Yeah.
why even if by some chance they beat Seattle, they're gonna get steamrolled by, doesn't matter, Minnesota, Green Bay, the Niners,
Yeah.
the Saints. They're all going to get steamrolled. And if somehow, by some crazy chance, they got to the Super Bowl against the Ravens, they're not going to stop the Ravens. But if by some chance the two teams were in the Super Bowl, you're goddamn right, I'm filming that. And that's going to be great. It's going to be grade A content. But, I give them props for going 9-7 and making it, Wentz having this unbelievable season with all this shit that's happening.
Yeah.
Then you have the Jets that had injuries and they just completely fucking derailed.
Yeah.
Part of it's coaching and leadership. And I feel like Doug Peterson is kind of apparently it was after one of the last losses they had. He kind of sat everybody down, kind of talked to them, and then when they had a practice, it was a full practice with pads and everything. And that was his way of going I'm going to paraphrase. That's his way of saying, you guys suck too bad to have an easy practice. Mm-hmm. So we're going all out.
Yeah.
Because you need it. If you guys weren't so bad, we wouldn't have to do this. And it worked.
Yeah.
So he's good at finding a way to keep people in the game. And I was angry about it as the season's going on. Kind of looking back, they probably had to redo their whole offense in the middle of the season because of all these injuries and stuff happening. Yeah. So that's no easy feat. So I was being really hard on the offensive coordinator. I'm you know what? Maybe it's not necessarily his fault because they had to completely change everything.
Yeah.
For all the young kids and
that's the genius behind the Ravens. I guess whoever makes the rosters and plans all this shit. I guess Ozzie Newsome technically.
The manager.
Yeah, their GM, all that.
Yeah, for the Eagles, it's Howie Roseman.
Yeah, they're they picked up RG3, drafted Lamar, had this plan set out, drafted around Lamar, and then drafted Trace McSorley from Penn State, who is a mobile quarterback as well. So you have 3 guys that can all do the same game.
Yeah, that's
and then
nuts.
You build around those guys.
Okay, real quick, can I just say, Penn State is doing something with football players and fucking running.
Yeah.
Him, Saquon, and Miles Sanders from the Eagles. They're all from Penn State.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're putting in the water. I don't know if they're putting Nittany lion blood in syringes and injecting them with animal blood. Saquon Barkley's in his sleep and the coach is just
just cheetah.
injecting
Cheetah
him
blood.
with cheetah blood. And Saquon's like, why do my arms are itchy? And he's scratching like a fucking tiger. Like, why is it so like? And Miles Sanders is
And
just
then
like,
Oregon does the same thing, but with duck blood.
my God. What's the one? Oh my God. Funny. I ruined the joke. I was thinking of a team. I don't remember who it was. I am maybe big, dumb, and stupid. And if there's one thing I'm not, it's stupid. I'm dumb though. Wrap your head around that one. There was some team that had a really funny name, and I'm just like, imagine like if they injected. Oh, there we go. Like the Navy team. Like you're just like in the Navy, and they inject you with just like salt water. You just wake up and you're fucking dead because you have salt water in your bloodstream. Like, well, that didn't work. It worked for Penn State. Why not us? Oh, that's right. It's salt water. Oops. Like the Army. Like, we got to toughen up our quarterbacks, man. They're too weak. So they take like the remaining shells from bullets, melt it down, so it's like liquid metal going straight into blood. And they wake up like, I can't move my arms because your metal is bro, fuck. Just like, I don't know what I'm talking about. Brandon would appreciate that.
Yeah.
What about you, Ducky? Do you appreciate it? Can I just point out that I love how, like, he has like the hunting stuff, but he's the duck.
Yeah.
So he'd be the one getting hunted.
The irony.
All hail Ducky. We misjudged the timing. What just made me realize I probably should have created like a little ending animation. I can whip something up, or I can
Just put the intro in reverse.
It's like, we're sorry. Stupid. I have the stupidity starts now. Whatever I have, but like I cross out with an X. It just like ends.
And then the ball, like,
Just all the colors go.
can we do that?
You know what? At least for this episode, we will. At least for this one, we will, and then we'll see about any later ones. But I can't think of anything else other than what are you doing? Were you going bowling after this? You said with somebody?
Probably, yeah.
Okay. Depending what time you're home, would you want to play Call of Duty or NHL or something?
Yeah, I would totally do that.
Sick.
My brother probably want to anyway.
Okay.
So.
And you have a headset now for Xbox.
Yeah.
So I don't have to go on Discord.
Yeah.
I like Discord, but like if I'm playing on Xbox, I don't. Well, see on PC it's okay. But like with Xbox, it sucks.
Yeah.
If I'm playing it on the Xbox, I need my phone, like an iPad.
Yeah.
But it's okay. I could play the game on the PC and just have Discord in the background. But now I don't have to.
Yeah.
Thank God. I wanted to play real quick. So, do you ever play Halo? Not really. Okay. So do you know the Master Chief Collection though? How it has like all the Halos on it?
Yeah. Yeah.
So they updated it so it has Halo Reach, and they're like, oh, it's coming out for Windows, and like Halo Reach is out now. So like I bought it and I'm happy. And my friend Rich already had it, so we go to play. And the Master Chief Collection is like the one game Microsoft has done in the last like 3 years. It's not compatible with the players on Xbox. So like, what's that?
PK scored.
Yeah. How many goals has he had this
Yeah,
year?
it's 4.
I was gonna say
That's not bad for a defenseman.
that's true. He is more of a defenseman.
Yeah.
You're all right. But like,
Have you seen his like slap shot motion? He goes like full out, like just like
that reminds me. This is ultra random, but now that just reminds me of baseball. What baseball player has like your favorite like batting stance? Mine,
Okay, so
hands down, is fucking Gary Sheffield, where he's just like,
Oh, yeah.
with this. I'm surprised his wrist just haven't like snapped.
now there's different ones because and it's because I kind of do the same thing. I'm kind of like relaxed. Longoria does a really straight up kind of like rest the bat here and then comes back like this.
Yeah.
But Hunter Pence is always my favorite because he's just like bouncing around like he's really crazy and just like it's cool. But
Oh my God. My favorite thing though was not batting stance, but clothes of fucking Kimbrel from the Red Sox.
Oh yeah,
We just like,
yeah. Have you seen the video of the people? I think he was in. I think it was when he was on Atlanta the first time. I think. And
they making
like
fun of him?
they were doing like this.
well, there was a picture of the Red Sox at the Phillies.
I think it
And
might have been
all the
that.
Philly fans were like,
Yeah,
I mean, to be fair, like, what the fuck is
it's
that?
hilarious.
But like, I want to make fun of him. But like, he helped the Red Sox win the World Series in like 18. Was it 18?
Yeah.
Was it-
right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it was.
Houston, Boston this year. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So it was 18. So like, I'm always gonna like the team we had, but like, he really is overrated.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how he was this past year, but like, man, he made things way tougher than they had to be. Like, one day he'd come in and he'd be lights out. Then the next day you would tell like 2 pitches in, and you're like, oh, it's gonna be one. It's that Kimbrel
Yeah.
today.
It's the other one.
It's the other one. Oh god. And then I guess the last thing, since we're on baseball, digging through my garage, cleaning up, I found not one, but 2 old baseball games.
Ooh.
I'm going to bring, or you can come by my house. You can come by my house and you can try it, because it's for the original Xbox. Which, do you even have an original Xbox?
No.
Okay, so you can just come by my place sometime. Or I could bring it here, and we could record it, and we could have fun with it. It's a EA baseball game with Manny Ramirez on the cover, and MLB Slugfest. Which, have you ever played MLB Slugfest? Do you know NFL Blitz or NHL Hits?
No.
They're from a company called Midway. They made like a lot of arcade games and whatnot, and they're completely not realistic in the slightest. So like NHL Hits, you can tackle people through glass, and when you do really good, you get struck by lightning and your team's skating around on fire. And like, it was the best. So MLB Slugfest, you can like pop up the ball, and like, if the guy first base can catch it, you can fucking punch him, and he just like punch people and try to steal bases, and it's like, you get struck by lightning if you do really good. So you have like baseball players just like fire coming out of them, just like hitting home runs, and it's the most ridiculous thing, but like, it's hysterical. And like, we have to play that, and we have to record that,
Yeah.
especially if you've never played it.
I would like to record us playing like Wii Sports.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Wii Sports is fucking fun.
Yeah. We have the Wii over there. I just don't know if it. I think it still works.
Now, I know you don't have a Wii U,
No.
so I have a Wii U. I have Wii Sports Club. Have you heard of Wii Sports Club? Basically, Wii Sports in high def, but they added to it. So it has like, I think all the games from like Wii Sports, they just added stuff to it.
Okay.
So we could totally play that one too.
Yeah.
I have 2 Wii U's. Ooh. And I don't think I have it for the Wii, but I did have Wii Sports Resort,
Okay.
which
Yeah.
added like more stuff, and that
Yeah.
was fun. Oh, but I have for the PlayStation 3 Sports Champions, which is Sony's take on Wii Sports. But it lacks all the personality.
Yeah.
But it's fun, though. It's actually a lot of fun. The PlayStation Move is a really good motion controller. And you probably have no idea what the PlayStation Move is, do you?
I know it's like the handle with the like ball on the end. Yeah.
It looks so dumb.
Yeah.
But when you find out why it is how it is, it actually makes sense. Basically, the camera tracks the ball to detect
Oh yeah.
how close it is. So it's like really dumb looking, but
But it makes sense.
it makes sense. And in terms of accuracy, the thing is really, really accurate. There was a game I played on it called, I think, Kung Fu Rider, I think it was called. You like, it was in like to place in like Japan, right? And you worked in like an office and you hated your job. So like, you're just this office guy sitting in like a chair with a wheel. And like, when no one's looking, you slide out the door. But like, your office building's at the top of a hill. So every level, you're like going downhill, going through the streets of like Tokyo. And you're like tilting the PlayStation Move, like rotating it to move your guy in his office chair that's like speeding, going through like Tokyo, like drifting through buildings. And it's the most batshit insane thing. And I love every second of it.
Well, Matt got the VR thing.
I'm actually really curious to try VR.
Yeah.
I'll tell you why I'm curious. So, it was on Xbox, and I guess, but Half-Life 2, like a PC game. Do you know anything about Half-Life 2?
No, not really.
Really good PC game. One of my favorite games ever made. Half-Life 2 came out in, I think, 2004. Quack. Episode 1 and 2 came out. They made, like, semi-sequels. So, like, a 6-hour expansion pack and, like, another, like, 8-hour expansion pack. Episode 1 and 2. And I think, like, 06 and 07. And that was it. 2 ended on a massive cliffhanger.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, oh, can't wait for episode 3. Never got it. So all of a sudden, they announced a game called Half-Life Alyx. Alyx is a character in Half-Life. So they announced a new game called Half-Life Alyx. And it's VR only. And people like me were like, fucking serious? Like, we're waiting this long for like a new game and it's VR only? But then they showed gameplay of it. And a lot of VR games tend to be like demos. Like, oh, look at this cool thing you can do. And then like after 10 minutes, you're like, okay, this is dumb.
Yeah.
This is an actual game designed for VR. So like they showed like puzzles and shooting and stuff like in the games I like, but in VR. And I was like, VR is a cool concept, but like I need enough content to justify it. So then when they fucking announced Half-Life, I'm like, because like I don't have any VR stuff.
Yeah.
So I would be spending a lot of money, but now I'm going to be making money. So maybe
you should get. It is fun. One day you'll have to come.
Which
in.
VR do you guys have?
I don't know
Is
exactly.
Is it like PlayStation or is it like a PC?
No, it's like a PC one.
So it's probably like the HTC Vive,
Something like that.
or
I think it is a Vive.
or because you have the Oculus Rift,
It's not that one.
and then you have which. It's been a long time. I haven't really kept up with VR. I think the HTC Vive is supposed to be like the good one, and then I think it's the Oculus Rift. I think, and then you have PlayStation VR.
Yeah, I think it's definitely Vive. I know that.
Okay,
but it's cool.
And I know Steam makes their own stuff. Ooh, someone's yelling.
Sandra.
Is he playing a game?
I don't know what he's doing. He might be.
He might just be playing. Well, I can't really think of any other topic.
Yeah.
So I guess we'll just call it because it's also it's 8:50.
I guess we'll wrap it.
We'll wrap it up.
Brandon had a lot to say today.
You did good. You did good, Ducky. Oh God. One last thing I just read.
Sure.
It is a report, so may or may not be true. It is let me read this. With Dallas failing to make the postseason with one of the most talented rosters in all the NFL and everything he could ever need at his disposal via Jerry Jones, Jason Garrett's fate seemed all but sealed. But with day after day passing no word out of Arlington, some are having second thoughts. ESPN senior reporter Ed Werder is reporting that Cowboy staffers believe Garrett may end up remaining with the team in some capacity. Why? Why would you keep him?
I don't know.
Jerry, why? Like, is him having like a yes man that important? Like, really?
I don't know. I have no idea. I don't even question it anymore.
I guess so. It's just like, I don't know. Whatever. With that said,
Doesn't matter to me.
No, it doesn't matter because guess what?
They suck.
We beat them. Hey. Out of all the trash bags at NFC East, I'm the least smelly. That's going to be a drop, isn't it? I'm the least smelly. I'm the least smelly is a drop. If it's not one, I will be mad.
There we go.
That's how it ends? Okay.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
All right. We want to end it like that. Okay.
Oh, well, that's what I thought you meant.
Oh no, I thought we were just like that's where.
Ooh, this episode's going to have a nice awkward ending.
Yeah.
Ah, yeah. We'll keep in touch about when we're going to do this next time.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of off time in January.
Yeah.
And then it's going to hit me like a freight train probably. But we'll see. So we'll see you all on the next one, whenever that is.
Next one.
The next one.
Tell me how I feel, El Freaky.
I'll tell you next time.
Next time.
Whenever that is. I was hoping for some crazy mic feedback.
What if we just walked away?
Yeah, keep working on it.